Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. As Muslims, we do wudu on a daily basis for the sake of prayer and for the sake of staying in a state of ritual purity. This is why some brothers and sisters have requested from me to prepare a tutorial to teach them how wudu is done in the correct and valid way. I have with me my son Ibrahim, and I'm going to be very quick and brief and concise so that I'm covering all of the aspects of a valid wudu and also pointing out some common mistakes that some people might make. There are 4 things that we need to make sure that we observe before we commence our wudu. Number 1 is with the parts of wudu, which is the arms, the face, the front part of the head and the feet, there is nothing on it that would prevent water from getting to it. Like, for example, glue or paint or a band-aid, nail polish, or even a very tight ring, and of course someone would have to take that off. Maybe a bangle, a bracelet, a watch, or anything else. Number 2, to make sure that these same parts are tahir, are pure, without any najasa, nothing that is impure on these parts of wudu. Number 3, to make sure that the water that we are using for ablution is halal. It is not usurped or stolen or is doubtful in its ownership. Number 4, to make sure that when I do my wudu, prior to that, my head and my feet are dry. I'll get to that when I explain the process of wiping of the head and the feet. Before doing wudu, of course, niyyah and intention is important, and seeing that Ibrahim has made his niyyah. Niyyah is something that is in your heart, in your mind. We are going to start with wudu. You can see that there is a cup here, and why am I using a cup of water? Because this is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi to minimize the usage of water out of respect for environment, and also so things are not wasted. We can see that water is wasted a lot, and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi is that he would do wudu with the amount of a cup and ghusl with the amount of a jug. Of course, this is a big cup, and this would be more than enough for a person to do wudu with. So, of course, prior to anything, it is mustahab. There are many mustahab things as well in wudu. It's mustahab to wash your hands while you are going to do wudu. It's also mustahab to gargle water, and it's mustahab to sniff water as well. Assuming that someone has already done that, Ibrahim is going to commence with washing his face. When he does wash his face, he is starting from the tip of his forehead where the hairline starts, and he's washing downwards all the way till below his chin. Sideways, it is washing enough from between the thumb and the middle finger. So anything that would fall into that area, he is washing maybe a little bit more to make sure that he's got that area covered. Once is wajib, twice is mustahab. The 3rd time will invalidate your wudu. You can splash as much water as you want to on your face, but it's all to do with how many times you have made the niyyah of whether this is the first wash or which is the wajib wash, or the second wash, which is the mustahab wash. Of course, there are supplications to be recited during the process of wudu. That's also something that I would recommend my brothers and sisters to memorize. When you are doing your washing, you need to make sure that you don't wash your face the invalid batil way, which is called nex. And Ibrahim is going to show you an example of what nex is. Nex means to wash upwards. This is invalid. The water needs to go downwards, and you also need to be making sure that you are washing downwards and not up or up and down, but only downwards. Sideways towards the down is fine, but washing upwards is not. After he's finished his washing of his face, he is going to start washing his right arm. It's mustahab to do this, to use your right arm, throw the water on your left arm, and then start washing your arm from above your elbow all the way down till below your, till the end of your fingers, till the tip of your fingers. As you saw, this is his first wash. In his second wash, I'm going to point it out for you. It is mustahab for a male to throw water on the outside of the elbow, and if it was a female, she will be throwing water on the inside, and the water will be flowing downwards, and they're going to be making sure that they're covering all aspects of the wudhu. Then it's the left arm. He's going to put water on the right arm, and straight from the right, he's going to wash the left arm. This area here, the elbow, is important to make sure that you have that water has reached it. Sometimes because of the crinkles that are there or anything, water's not going to go there. Making sure that you have covered all parts of your arm, between your fingers and everything else. Very quick process, of course. Then, with that water that you have on your hands, you are not going to be touching anything else, because this is called the wudhu water. If we were to be over a tap of water, I'm not going to allow the tap to continue running. I would turn off the tap water, and with my left arm finish off washing my with my right hand finish off washing my left arm. Then I don't touch the sink, I don't touch the tap, I don't touch anything else. With that wudhu water, I am going to wipe my head with my right arm using my fingers. Now, as you can see, it's wiping off the head and not your head wiping your hand. So you should make sure that you don't move your head excessively. You should also make sure that you are not starting way too much to the back or not way too much to the front. The first third of the head you are wiping. Now, as I said in the beginning, this front part needs to be dry. It should not be wet. When you are doing your mash, you are doing it with a wet head. Sorry, you are doing with a wet head and a wet hand. That wet hand, the water from the wudhu. Let's say you are in a windy environment, and now, like for example Ibrahim, his hand is dry. If you have had such a problem, then you can use water from your beads if you have one. That's what beads are used for, to get some water, and then you are able to continue on with wiping your head or wiping your arm. Ibrahim has wiped his head maybe 3 or 4 times now. He's doing so only to show you how the process is. But how many times do you wipe your head? Only once. Opposite to the ghasl, to the washing, which the first time is wajib, the second time is mustahab. For wiping, it is only once. After the wiping of the head, he is going to go down and wipe his right foot and then his left foot, and we will show you how that is done. Ibrahim has washed his face, he's washed his arms, he's made sure that he's done so correctly. We said with the face, you need to wash from this part to this part, the arms, this part to this part. We've also said that you shouldn't do necks and be washing upwards, always downwards, whether it be your face or whether it be your arms. We've also said how to wipe the head, making sure that your head was dry before you do the mash, and you are using the wudhu water. Now it's time to wipe the feet. Of course, when it comes to the feet, there might be some drops of water on the top of your feet. So this is what you would usually do, for example, to get the feet dry again, and then you're going with that wet hand of yours that is from the wudhu, you are going to wipe Now you're using again the front part of your fingers and you are wiping upwards. You can do the other way, but this would be the normal way of wiping of your feet. Do you need to keep them flat on the ground? The answer is no. You can raise your foot, you can put it on a chair or anything else. The important thing, like your head, is your hand is wiping your feet. So the mash needs to be done from your hand to your feet. This is the end of the wudu tutorial. Hopefully my brothers and sisters will benefit from this. If there are any questions or anything that needs to be mentioned, please inbox me. Thank you all very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.